Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Friday Night Stories. OOP dodges a bride shaped bullet. The wedding hasn't even happened yet, and everything's already a train wreck. December 7, 2021. Okay, so this girl I know from high school's getting married. We're both 22 for reference. In our senior year of high school, she got pregnant with a baby daddy, who will be referred to as Adam. Her super conservative parents kicked her out, and she ended up moving in with a friend's family. She barely graduated high school. The only reason she did were because of the generosity and support of our teachers and students who volunteered to help her, which is how we met. We were in the same law class in the morning, and she had the worst morning sickness that really affected her ability to be in class. So I took extra notes for her, tutored her, and brought her stuff if she hadn't come back by the bell. I wasn't the only one who did stuff like this for her, and I know she really appreciates all the assistance we gave her. She had a baby a month after we graduated. She'd signed up for a 911 dispatcher course for after high school because where we live, it's a good steady job with opportunity for certificates and promotions. But she didn't realize how intensive the course would be and had to drop out. She started working at a grocery store bakery just until she had a better plan. Adam started an apprenticeship while working part-time at a hockey rink and proposed to her literally the day of her 18th birthday and brought up marriage because it's the right thing to do. In bracket, I don't really agree with that, but this isn't about me. And she was always refusing. She started cheating on him after a while. In bracket, we're all 19 now, and eventually leaves him for another guy because she's pregnant again. And it's far more likely that this guy, baby daddy B, who will be referred to as Brad, is the father of the child. Neither of them can afford lawyers, so getting any kind of custody agreement is a mess. And then their parents got involved and they did 50-50 split, still not official. She has the baby that turns out to be Brad's, and everyone is okay for about 9 months when she finds out Brad has been cheating on her with his TA. Brad decides to pay child support but doesn't really want anything with a child, doesn't want contact with a child, only around holidays and one weekend a month for his parents' sake. She moves back in with her parents, we're all 20 now, who only accept her back because there's grandchildren around. On the plus side, when she's 21, she gets to take that year-long dispatcher course and passes with flying colors. After working as a dispatcher for a year, we're all 22 now, she meets a police officer. We'll call him Chad, who's 26 and married. And Adam's second cousin? I can't remember how they're related, just that Adam and Chad are related somewhat distantly. She has an affair with him. Infidelity is super common among cops, apparently. She gets knocked up, his wife divorces him. Chad proposes because it's the right thing to do. She accepts, and her parents kick her out again for being insert an expletive here. She moves in with Chad with her two kids. They've started planning the wedding, which, given the background, is something akin to a dumpster fire. Adam is livid. He was desperately in love with this girl and hasn't really recovered from what she did to him. And while she rejected his proposals years ago, she accepted one from his cousin who proposed for the same reason he did. Adam has basically made a call for loyalty in the family, dividing everyone who should give money, etc. Plus, they're having trouble planning anything because of the virus. Her parents have outright said that they're not going, along with half of her family, and her younger sister has been going around and sabotaging what plans they can make. She has asked to be bridesmaid. She has asked me to be a bridesmaid. I said that I couldn't because I live in a different province now, but the truth is, I do not want to be wrapped up in that cluster in any way. I'm watching, I'm just watching the arguments and events unfold on social media because this is quite honestly the most entertaining thing I've seen all year. It's weird to me that she even asked because we're not friends. We've never been. We were friendly strangers in school, in high school. I just helped her out one class because she needed help and I couldn't give it to her. I was just being nice, but based on how she turned out, I'm just sad for her. 3 kids in 4 years. 3 kids in 4 years. She's alienated so much of her friends and family because of her actions. I'm torn between feeling sorry for her and putting my head in my hands. Girl is a mess. Terrible mess. Edit one. First off, all your comments are hilarious. Second, I'm going to answer some of the common questions. We're from a city with over 400,000 people. She just comes from the neighborhood that's made of either Bible thumpers or white trash with no in between. That's not me that said it. That's what she said. But the high school we went to was in a completely different neighborhood than that. Our school has a pretty good sex ed course, and they give out free condoms and resources to help girls get birth control. And they had programs in place for if students got pregnant or were going to be teen pregnant. They also had those classes with the dolls for girls who were high risk at teen pregnancy, but she wasn't high risk, so she wasn't in that class. I don't because I just didn't. I don't know if birth control just didn't work for her or she never tried it. Mm. Back in Africa, when I was growing up, it was unheard of. I mean, this is before I came here for school because I was in Africa till I was 18, 19 and I came here. What I'm trying to say in essence is in Africa, a girl getting pregnant in her teens is not supposedly something that they like. You could possibly get disowned for stuff like that. In short, there are cases, and it's not usually common where I'm from, but when stuff like that happens, you get disowned. I mean, I even have Nigerian movies where they say that like the girls, if they come home while pregnant, their parents may even hit her or beat the senses into her head to be like, how can you bring girl here? You're such a disgrace to my family, you know. And the boys, they get the whooping too, and because of that, you're forced to get married. Now seeing this in the north is a different story. In the northerners, they sometimes had some kind of weird rules. There were times when politicians, for instance, oh God, don't kill me for this, fellow northern Nigerians. The northern Nigerians usually are Muslims, and sometimes they've had, well, I call it marriage arrangements, where they've had arrangements with some of the parents of the children and say, like, maybe when this girl comes 12 or stuff, she can become my wife. That is the only case I know of generally, and I know over there they have numerous wives, like they're allowed to marry numerous women. One man can have like 18 wives. Maybe I'm exaggerating, I don't know, but yeah, they have lots of wives. Even during the when they're conducting the census, you're not allowed to get in. The guys that are supposed to count the amount of people in the house, they can't get in because it's against their laws, religious laws, I think. Don't kill me on this. That's what we used to hear back in the South. Anyway, but that saying is not something that's very common. I've also seen in South Africa too, like, shit. Don't kill me for the South Africans, but some of the things I see, especially on Twitter, like I see a girl that's 14 and she gets pregnant twice and she's posting on social media being proud. That's pretty wild. But yeah, but that is only the cases I know about, and generally we don't necessarily have a sex ed course, but I know that it was frowned upon extremely. I mean, there are cases you could get disowned because you're thinking you were bringing shame to their family. So yeah. Anyway, continue with the story. She started alienating her friends after the affair with Chad came out because people weren't exactly jumping for joy that she'd broken up a marriage. Chad and his ex-wife didn't have any kids, thankfully, so there were less obstacles. When people weren't immediately ecstatic for her, she started getting very snippy, rude, and was calling the bitches out on social media for not supporting her new relationship or pregnancy. To be honest, I'm really worried about her health because having this many babies so close together is just not good for her health, mental or physical. Is that true? I'll have to figure that one later. People are also worried that Chad would cheat on her. If he would cheat with you, he would cheat on you and think she should avoid marrying him so that she can just leave him, and think she should avoid marrying him so that she can just leave him if it happens. I'll give you updates as they come out, but so far it's just a lot of yelling on social media, mostly from her, some relatives slut shaming her, and people who are just worried about her because, as funny as this is, it doesn't seem like a healthy behavior. Hmm. They both deserve each other. I mean, think about it. She cheated on Adam with Brad, and she's, and Chad is cheating on her. I mean, they're perfect. And I think if Chad cheats, she should still keep him because now it's like a 1-1, right? She cheated with the Brad. Cheated on Adam, right? And Chad cheated with her. In short, I don't even know why she even broke up with Brad after Brad was found cheating with her TA when she once cheated on Adam with Brad. I also think another thing I also kind of like think is the fact that she has 3 kids and can still pull a policeman. I mean, she pull a policeman. This girl must be a baddie, even after giving birth to 3 kids. No, 2 kids. No, 3 kids, right? What a mess. Second edit. First off, I realized I never gave this girl a name. For the sake of clarity, we'll call her Beth. I realized I didn't mention this before, but all these names are fake names. Second, to everyone commenting that Chad is at fault for his marriage breaking up, Believe me, I'm well aware of that. It's his ex-wife, and he and her family slash friends who solely blame Beth. Chad is also older than her and has more life experience, so I do believe that he could potentially be taking advantage of her naivety, basically naivety. However, she's also an adult who's capable of making her own decisions and has chosen to make poor ones in the past. True. In fact, may I add, what if, playing devil's advocate here, what if her getting pregnant for Chad was her way? Because think about it, she got pregnant for Brad, and for Brad to cheat with his TA sounds to me like Brad was maybe in college or in school, because she already graduated from high school. Next stage would be college or school. TA, teaching assistant. So there was a chance that she thought, oh, I struck gold with this guy, and decided to have this baby. Turns out that Brad doesn't want her, so policeman comes along and policeman, good job, take care of me and my kids, and had this baby. And now policeman's wife, because I could have said try to work things out with your wife, but wife probably discovers that, oh, he has a kid and she doesn't have any kid with him, so it's just like she would just whisk away from that. And he, weirdly enough, decided to say, I'm gonna marry her. But what I'm just saying is, what if, don't crucify me, but what if she's decided to trap him? Because it's being looked at as though he was the predator, but what if she was? Just saying. Continue with the story. Third, people who are upset that I'm posting a story here claiming and humiliating her. She has been posting about this mess on every social media platform, and she has since they got engaged in July. She put this out there long before I did, except she did so in front of friends, family, employers, and co-workers, as well as internet randos. Fourth, despite getting engaged in July and attempting to start planning then, I was only asked to be a bridesmaid 3 days ago. I knew that there was a mess going on, but I didn't really pay attention to it until she asked me to be a bridesmaid. I tried to ask what's going on. I said that she should talk to someone, when she when she completely brushed me off, I checked her Facebook and Instagram and found out all about all of this. Fifth, I realized I didn't really talk about how disastrous the wedding planning has been going. See, here you go. First bullet. They've had to rebook 3 times because venues and vendors kept canceling when infection rates got worse, even thought their wedding even though their wedding was months away. Beth, second bullet, has been flipping between having a wedding while she's pregnant, saying she's proud of her bump, and wanting to wait until they're born because she feels fat, which is unfortunate because she's been breaking down due to her insecurity on a public platform. Posting on a platform. Beth is currently 7 months pregnant. Third bullet. Fourth bullet. Beth's grand aunt was going to give her her wedding dress to wear after she gives birth, but Beth's mom freaked out and stole the dress from said aunt before Beth could get it, and is now keeping it. The great aunt says she's too old to get into a fight and has shrugged it off. What a mess. Fifth bullet. Just 5. Chad's immediate family is paying for the wedding and has been cut off by the rest of the extended family for choosing Chad. 6. Beth's wedding colors are pink and green, which is usually a nice combo, huh? but the specific shades don't go great together. They are hers and Chad's favorite colors, which is fine, but she literally made a video talking about these colors for 14 minutes on her Insta, and both of her kids are just full on balling in the background, and she's ignoring them, and she's gotten some flack for that. Adam is finally settled into his trade and has now hired a lawyer, and is trying to get primary custody and not allow his daughter to go to the wedding. She is planning a Zoom baby shower slash bachelorette party and has sent out a registry, and she's asking for crazy expensive things. Huh. She also set up a GoFundMe to help pay for a honeymoon, and is taking a lot of posts about how no one loves her because the fund only has $1,267 of the $20K that she wanted. Mm. Man, she stepped a little on a lot of people's shoes. She's been going about things without caring, and she's surprised that people are actually caring at the way she's moving. I mean, if they move this way, I don't know. But continue. I'll update when I can, but I'm still in school, and while I do want to help her, she's refused help offered in the past, and there's only so much of this I can take mentally right now. Update. Damn, this is a long one. Hey everyone, so some stuff has gone down, and it doesn't look like it's over yet. Sorry, I didn't update sooner, but Rona has come back with a vengeance and totally messed up plans with uni and family. Oh, Rona. Anyway, on to the update. From the last update, 16th, lots of ranting and chaotic wedding planning on social media. She found a dress and has decided she will get married while pregnant. They found a local wedding venue that is very lovely, but I'm shocked she's still trying to book stuff with all their previous venue cancellations. December 16th, her little sister blocked her to call her a slut. Oh, and tell her that all her wedding plans were stupid. This resulted in a petty and entertaining Facebook war until the little sis blocked her again on the 17th. Messy. Watching your dirty laundry in public. December 18th, Beth went nuts on social media because Adam had kidnapped their daughter. And what really happened is that because courts are moving at a snail's pace due to the virus, and but what really happened is that because courts are moving at a snail's pace due to the virus, and Adam had reason to believe that their daughter was not safe with Beth, he decided to just not give her back. They don't have a custody agreement, and when Beth tried to call the cops, they couldn't do anything because he was kind of right. There were dozens of videos on her various social media accounts of her ignoring their daughter, yelling at her daughter for crying or doing other things that toddlers do. It turns out that everything she needed was bought by Adam: food, diapers, clothes, toys, daycare, while it was open, etc. On top of the unofficial child support he was paying every month, which turned out to be $500 a month, a number I find ridiculous because Adam was already paying for it, literally everything. Because she refused to buy anything for her daughter and insisted it was Adam's responsibility. Additionally, after the immediate post-birth appointments, Beth never took baby A, that means Adam's baby, to a doctor's appointment. She always deferred that to Adam. Baby A's, that's Adam's baby, pediatrician has never met Beth. Beth even tried to get Chad to push back or intimidate him or something, but the local police where we live are under one hell of a microscope after a bunch of dirty cops got busted a couple years back ago. Basically, the cops and a social worker they ended up calling ended up saying there was nothing she could do until they get to court. The social worker tried to get her to go to therapy and parenting classes, but Beth refused and went on a 15-paragraph log rant on Facebook about how she doesn't need parenting classes or therapy. She really, she really does though, and called the social worker for some choice words. December 19th to 24. Just a bunch of ranting on social media, calling everyone who doesn't enable or justify her behavior cuss words, slurs, and a whole bunch of other horribly creative things. Also, both she and Chad are under investigation at work now, but she has no idea why. I'm gonna take this time to remind everyone that 99% of this info is coming from our public social media pages where her coworkers are friends and employment place of employment is listed. Hmm. She's really sharing her dirty laundry in public. December 25. I'm officially embarrassed to know this woman. I didn't go on her Facebook page until the evening because I didn't want to deal with the drama first thing in the morning on Xmas. In the morning, she pulled out a very beautiful blue maternity dress, got shot in his police blues, and baby B being Brad's baby in a purple romper, and then live streamed her and her family going to the courthouse to get married on Christmas Day. According to her Twitter, part of this was because their newest venue cancelled on them after the virus numbers spiked. Overall, a pretty tacky thing in my opinion, because she stated plain as day several times that she intended her wedding anniversary to eclipse Christmas for her children because it's just so much more special, you know? I'm so glad our baby B, being Brad's baby, grandparents are filing for guardianship. But here's the thing, the courthouse isn't open because of virus for one thing, but also because it's Xmas and Canada has a predominant. No one that's all run. I thought it was Canada, but also because it's Xmas and Canada has a predominantly Christian history. She proceeded to have a full meltdown, and baby B cried because, the kid's mom was screaming up a storm and scaring her. Beth called her a see you auntie. Yep, so done with this B. Hmm. Oh man, messy. Terribly messy. December 28th. I ran into her at a vaccine clinic because we are both getting our booster shots. She didn't recognize me at first, but one of my old bosses, because I used to work at a hospital the vaccine clinic was in, called my name and said hi. So she came up to me, and after my boss had left, she came up to me after my boss had left. We talked a bit while we sat down for the mandatory waiting period after getting the shot. She asked how I was, but I didn't even wait but didn't even wait for me to respond because she started ranting and complaining about her life. Ooh. I was just going to sit there until the time was up and then politely make my exit, but when she started talking shit about our kids, something inside me snapped. I just said, "Do you even like your kids? Do you like being a mom?" She got pretty upset for a second and said, "No, I don't know." Her voice and her demeanor completely changed, and we sat in silence until our time was up. I said goodbye, but it was really awkward. December 31st, today. I just looked at her feed, and this is such a shocking, what the actual FUCK moment. She's thinking about giving up her kids. She went on about how recently she was asked if she liked her kids or being a mom and how she realized that she didn't. She hates her children and blames them for ruining her life, and how she doesn't want to be a mom. I mean, nothing is official yet, but what the hell? I'll update as stuff happens now that I have time, but the whole thing has been a giant mess. Also, sorry for any formatting or grammatical errors. I'm not used to using Reddit on my PC. Well, I think Chad has a lot on his hands, and I don't see this lasting. I mean, Chad is gonna cheat it always. He was bound to, but now he's most definitely gonna cheat. She's a mess. She doesn't like it. Sure is gonna have this kid. What then? Is she gonna treat Chad's kids the same way? Is he gonna like let that happen? Chances are it's gonna leave her in a sense. Yeah, by the way. Update. Okay, so some stuff happened, and most of it's good. Also, the so long do you read for this update will be at the bottom. January 4th, Beth and Chad stopped posting on all social media. I was actually a little worried she died. I mean, this woman posts everything short of her trips to the bathroom on IG. Oddly enough, this got people messaging or interacting with her social media pages because she was usually the one to start contact, and that contact was usually yelling. No one heard from them, and some people started to be like, should we call the cops for a wellness check? Until Chad posted a status saying they're fine but are busy. Please stop trying to contact us right now. Everyone listened, but it was weird. January 11th, I got a notification that Beth and Chad are active on social media again, but I didn't feel like drama. I didn't feel like drama, so I didn't check out any of their posts. January 12th, today, she messaged me on Facebook asking me to be her maid of honor. She also kept on about the resort in Cancun that her and Chad were looking to have their wedding at. This coming February. Omnicron is really bad where we are, so no one should be traveling anywhere. I'm not sure what that is. I've actually had to delay my trip back to the province where I go to university. No one should be traveling anywhere. Beth also found out that Chad was cheating on her with one of our coworkers. I called the woman a home wrecker on Facebook. On Facebook, tagged her and posted a text. She found the Chad's phone, but Chad is the love of her life, so she's forgiving him, but not the other woman, which I find hypocritical considering how she and Chad got together. True. I mean, yeah, Chad was cheating on his wife with you, and now he's cheating. But I knew she's not going to leave him. My reasoning for that is because the reason she didn't accept Adam's proposals is because she thought, I can do better than Adam. Let me say, she probably got kids with Adam, then later realized, oh shit, maybe this guy's ain't all that. And even though he went to the whole to go get his apprenticeship and everything, that's why she cheated on him, probably with Brad, because she thought Brad perhaps going to university or college. This guy's probably bound to be something better in the future. Why don't I tie him down? But Brad cheated on her, and Brad didn't want to. It seemed like he didn't want to have anything to do with her. At least that's where I'm beginning to understand now, and maybe that's why she couldn't get Brad. So she got police officer. Police officer cheated, and she's still like, I love him, but I think it's also because of the fact that he can provide for her in more ways than say someone like Adam. Continue the story. She also sent. I mean, this is just my thoughts. I could be wrong. It's just from what I'm reading. She also sent pictures of possible bridesmaid dresses, and they are the most hideous dresses I've ever seen. I know that some brides do that thing where they want to look a million times better by comparison, but this was just ridiculous. One of them looked like a partially deflated balloon with feathers strapped to it. Hmm. She also openly admitted that she expected everyone attending to pay 3K. 2K go towards 2K would go towards that guest stay at the resort, and 1K would go to her and Chad, and they will expect wedding gifts so that they could get their room for free. Toxic. Apparently, she talked to someone at a resort, and if they got enough people to book their rooms, she and Chad would get theirs for free. Okay. She also wanted the money to be given to her instead of directly to the hotel so that people wouldn't realize that she was taking 1K of their money. Beth sent me a pic of the wedding dress she wanted, and it's definitely a clubbing dress. If that's what she wants, that's fine. And for the record, I do think she would look great in it. Beth's current. Oh, she shared Beth's current wedding dress. Let's see. She looks. She's a baddie. Looks good. No wonder the police officer was. When his wife decided to divorce him, he was like, okay, she's bad. That's why. That's why she has 3 tries, you know. But she's still. I mean, it's kind of skimpy in a way for a wedding dress, and it exposes the tops. But she wants all the guests to be dressed black, black tie. Hmm. And she's. I mean, guess to be dressed in a black tie. And she's already sent a list of unreasonable requests, such as 1. All women must wear heels for a wedding in the beach. No one is allowed to have a baby or be pregnant. Really? What? What kind of rules is these? Girl must have longer than shoulder length hair. Boys must have very short hair. Only an only an inch or two long. What? If a girl has long hair, is she gonna wear a wig? No one is allowed to be skinnier than her. So vain. She will provide diets for everyone attending based on how she wants us to look. What? Oh wow, so that means if she wants someone to get fat, she would give you a diet that's gonna make you really chubby and fat. Gosh. She and Chad must get bachelor and bachelorette parties in Canada and in Mexico that need to be fit for a king and a queen. Both must be paid for, but anyone but the bride and the groom, cause it's just tacky. No unnatural hair. Okay. You're basically telling people not to come to your party. Sorry. It feels like a party instead of a wedding right at this rate, but you're telling people not to come to your wedding at this rate. No natural hair? If a girl has a short hair, what's she supposed to do? If she tries to wear a wig to go below, you're going to tell her, nah, it's unnatural. You're basically telling them, don't come. You and Chad just want to have your wedding alone. That's what it seems like. No tattoos. Oh, you have no tattoos. She's like, you have 5 tattoos, Beth, and in the dress you want, all will be on full display. No one is allowed to talk to her directly. They must speak through the maid of honor and the bridesmaid. Oh my god. So self-centered. She doesn't care about anybody else. No wonder that she can cause wrecks in other people's relationship and talk this much in social media. Honestly, there's a lot more, but I didn't feel like typing all that out. She's posted the list on Facebook and IG, and everyone are the calling her Bridezilla. I was also just kind of weirded out because aside from the previous convo at the hospital, when she originally asked me to be a bridesmaid, we haven't spoken since high school. So I respectfully declined, stating that the virus and everyone and the school were my top concerns right now. Then I decided to check her socials to see if she posted anything. So I respectfully declined, stating that the virus and school were my top concerns right now. Then I decided to check her socials to see if she'd posted anything. She had, and everything was basically how it was before the hiatus. Except her kids are nowhere to be found. No, look at my cute baby pics our kids crying in the background of our videos. Nothing. Though based on her new pics of herself, she's giving birth to baby Chad. I mean, she's definitely still recovering, but she also definitely had a baby, and that baby is not on any of her socials. So when she responded to my decline with an attempt at guilting me to be her maid of honor, I asked her where her kids were. This was her response. Oh, I left them at the side of the road in our way home from the hospital. Those moochers could walk home, lol. I was like, please, tell me you're not being serious. Especially because it looks like she had the baby days ago. And she replied, I was just joking, you shouldn't be so serious all the time. Honey, you made a joke about child abandonment and abuse. You're not being serious enough. And then I finally got the update on the kids. Baby Adam is still with Adam. Beth signed away her rights. Baby Brad and baby Chad have been given to a mutual cousin of Adam and Chad, who is infertile. To be honest, I didn't need that last tidbit of info or the 3 paragraph long rant and about how God hates infertile women. I didn't even read all of it. I couldn't. And I didn't think that Beth could be so cruel to even think those things. I checked out the Facebook page of baby Brad's grandparents and they're happy with their grandchild's new parents. It looks like the cousin and her husband and welcoming them to the family as another set of grandparents will let them have access to be. So yeah. Oh, I think she meant to say it looks like the cousin and her husband are welcoming them to the family as another set of grandparents and will let them have access to baby Brad. So yeah, I'm not sure what that means, but too long. I think my brain is getting fried. One thing I need to stress though is that because of the virus, the courts in our areas are either moving at a snail pace or closed. So none of this is official. But Beth and Chad have signed paperwork, and all that needs to happen now is presenting it to a judge. Chad is in for one hell of a dramatic end to his life. He's probably gonna regret this decision. She's gonna be fine, but you're gonna regret it. Terribly. Horribly. And when I rejoined our convo, she said the doc she had for baby Chad gave her birth control, and she was surprised because after her first pregnancy, she asked her doctor for it, but he refused to give her any. She mentioned that her old doctor was also her mom's and sister's doctor. She ended up asking the doctor who delivered baby Chad to be her new doctor. She ended up asking the doctor who delivered baby Chad to be a new doctor, so I hope that works out. After learning all this, my convo with Beth started to go downhill. This narration between her and Beth. Beth says, wait, did you actually think I would just leave my kids on the side of the road? I just didn't want to be a mom, but I wasn't a bad one. Me. Beth, I think you've been through a lot of trauma in the last few years and it's gotten to you mentally, and that you should speak to a professional. Of course, Beth had been a bad mom, but she does need mental health help, and I wasn't going to convince her to get it, or to tell me, or not to tell me if I said that. Beth, what? You think I'm crazy? Me, no. I think that getting kicked out as a teen because of a pregnancy and having your family actively reject you and try to sabotage you must have been very painful. Plus, pregnancy puts a lot of mental stress on women, and you've had three in a short time span. I just want you to take care of yourself and get what you want in life. And I think that will that will start with you taking care of your mental health. Beth, what I what I want is for you to go straight to hell. Beth then calls me every cuss word, expletive, and derogatory word she can think of. One of the words she can think of. One of the words she called me was a derogatory word about people from my ethnicity and blood. And my blood is boiling that she thought it was okay to say that to me. So I'm now on her hit list. She's been blowing up my social media all day. On her last Facebook post, where she called me a slur, she said that she still expects a good wedding gift from me. Yeah, no. So I blocked her and everything, and I've decided to completely cut off contact. This will be my last update. Too long, didn't read. Bent went on the social media. Okay. Um. Summary: Beth went on a social media blackout for a bit and had baby Chad. Gave up all her kids. Baby Adam is with Adam. Baby B and baby Brad and baby Chad are with a mutual cousin of Adam and Chad. Baby Brad's grandparents have access. Chad cheated on her and she forgave him, but she probably shouldn't have. She should have forgiven. There's no need, she probably shouldn't have. That's how she got him. She's decided to have her wedding in a little over a month in Cancun and is expecting unreasonable things of everyone already. She asked me to be maid of honor. I respectfully declined. I also suggested that she talk to a mental health professional because she's been through a lot in the last few years and she cussed me out. She also called me derogatory word name directed at my people of my ethnicity, and that was the final nail in the coffin. I'm now on a hate list, but our kids are safe and have no interest in going to weddings, so I'm cutting contact completely and have already blocked her on all my socials. I'm refusing to be involved with her anymore and will not be updating on the situation. Damn. This is a long one. New update. January 25th, 2023. Hi everyone. I didn't think I'll be making another update, but here I am. I don't know if anyone would even care, but whatever. I saw a YouTuber, Charlotte Dobre, do an entire video about this post on Facebook, which was funny. She did it well. Editor's note. Here's a video. So check out Charlotte Dobre's subreddit. I got so nervous that Beth was going to see it. Turned out she's seen it and doesn't give a single damn because, as I pointed out, the majority of the info in this post came from her public social media. She also doesn't know who posted it. More on that in the update. I am still no contact with Beth and have no plans to change that anytime soon. But we have mutual friends who have told and shown me what's happening. Okay. First things first, she and Shah did get married, but they eloped. Yeah. Run away to marry together. Run away secretly to get married. Oh. Okay. According to all sources, they are completely and utterly miserable though. Not surprised. Chad has proven to be an overall lazy and unfaithful husband. Beth has really gotten into feminism with focus on reproductive issues after she started using birth control and Roe v. Wade getting overturned. Even though we're in Canada, okay. And Roe v. Wade getting overturned, even though we're in Canada, really caused tension in their marriage. Ah, God. Who wouldn't have known? As it turns out, Chad thinks that abortion is murder and God created women for the purpose of having babies. How can you marry somebody without having these kind of conversations? Gosh. Uh, that's what happens when you just marry a woman because she's a baddie but crazy. And when you're so focused on chasing women that you have too little to kind of find out what you guys have in common. Beth tried to argue that not all women want or should be mothers, using herself as an example. And then Chad went ahead and used her as an example of why women should be forced to have kids because in the end, she gave kids to an infertile couple. She didn't take that well and said that her entire life and future was ripped away from her and destroyed the second she got pregnant with baby Adam. Adam was never slut shamed or demeaned like she was, both at home and at school, which is a fair point. Myself and many others were helpful and supportive, but there were lots of people who judged the hell out of her and said really nasty stuff. And that if she had gotten pregnant, she would have gone. If she hadn't gotten pregnant, she would have gone to college or university because she lost the general and financial support of her family with that positive pregnancy test. Chad has made a Tinder account. I'm not surprised. Beth was informed, but it doesn't seem like she gave a damn. Yeah, she never gave a damn because this guy was financially is helping her life get set. I mean, that's why I said Adam couldn't provide. Brad could, but Brad didn't want her. I mean, Brad at least was smarter than Chad. This just goes to the stereotype that sometimes police officers are dumb. Okay, not all of them, but Chad definitely is dumb. So basically, you could cut the tension with a knife. And with her family, okay, you know what? I'm going to just put this out there. They broke up. They broke up. The reason I think they broke up is if you're a child, how can you deal with this? I mean, this lady is like, it will be tough to live with a woman like this. Mm. And if you're the woman, I mean, she's gonna put up with Chad cheating, so it's fine. Anyway, back to the story. And with her family, her sister came out as gay and cut off slash has been cut off from their parents. But she's got a partial scholarship, so she's doing okay. She and Beth are not on good terms, but have met up and acknowledged that their parents messed up by being religious nuts, and their parents encouraged them to be competitive with each other and sabotage each other. Apparently, their dad's motto is competition brings out the best in everyone. Ugh. But they've talked, and that's good enough for now. Neither Beth, I mean, enemy of my enemy is my friend. I guess that's what I did there. Neither Beth nor Chad have custody or visitation of their children, which Chad is starting to regret because he's suddenly getting more and more into the church and religion. Chad talked to Beth about getting baby Chad back, but Beth shut that down hard and warned a cousin who adopted the baby Chad and warned a cousin who adopted baby Chad, officially and legally, by the way. Chad, you could see this coming from a mile. It's like you did not think, I don't know, whatever. She was a baddie, and I guess you couldn't think. You were heads over heel, and now you're regretting it. You've gotten tired of hidden. Hmm? Beth started going to therapy after she and Chad got married, which makes me very happy and excited for her. There was a rumor going around that Chad had a mistress, and it took me a while to confirm, but it's true. Obviously, he's cheating on her with a paramedic, and she knows. Oh my god, this guy keeps upgrading. Beth is fully aware. I don't know if she plans to do anything about it, or just continue to just ignore it. But I hope she leaves his ass. She's not gonna leave him, cause this guy is That's the reason why she didn't want Adam in the first place. That's why she wanted Brad. It's because he provides some kind of like maybe status or provision for her or some. Yeah. I'm still not going to talk to her. She crossed so many lines, but she's grown and improved a lot, and her life would be a lot better without that sack of scrum in her life. Well, in my opinion, birds of the same feather flock together. It's not a coincidence that her and Chad are together. You can actually say, oh, maybe she should leave him, but she's not. She's not. He will probably leave her because she's making him more miserable. But I feel like she's obtaining more than he is obtaining in the relationship. So all he probably wanted was probably the sex, and because she was the baddie too. So, but after you've hit a couple times, you you want something else. And then this guy's by nature he's totally promiscuous. So chance he was gonna get tired of her sooner than it led on. And I guess to her it's not surprising. I mean, he cheated. He cheated before, so what she really wants is to stay with him because maybe he provides a lifestyle or status. Maybe there was a okay. Now that I have given a few details in my post that should have revealed my identity to her, namely her asking me to be a maid of honor. I found out that she actually asked around 15 girls, including myself, to be her maid of honor without telling any of us about the others because she was trying to get money from all of us and because her mental health has just been very bad and she needed help. And of those 15, 8 have been going to school out of province. And of those 8, we all had basically the same classes in high school. Apparently, and apparently doesn't remember our discussion at the vaccination clinic and had a major blow up with everyone she asked to be a maid of honor. So she knows it's one of 8 people and reportedly has no interest in trying to narrow that number down. Chad did the same thing with his groomsmen, but I don't know any of the numbers. Damn, Chad too. Oh my god. Well, birds of the same feather flock together. In summary, too long didn't read. Beth and Chad got married, eloped, are miserable, and have zero custody or visitation with any of their children. Chad's cheating, and Beth doesn't appear to care. Chad is super sexist. Beth is feminist now. Beth's sister's gay, and they've talked but not reconciled. Beth asks too many girls to be a maid of honor for money and doesn't know the ID of who made this post. Dear Beth, if this post gets forwarded to you or somehow graces your phone screen, leave Chad. He's trash, and you'll be much better without him in your life. Although I'm not willing to talk to you again because of your words and actions, I do wish for you to have a wonderful and happy life. No. She should still say married to Chad. They're made for each other. Oh my goodness, that was a long one. Oh my god. Let me see if there's any reply. But yeah, this was a roller coaster. I foresee them not lasting together. I mean, the only reason why I think they would bond very well is because they're both toxic. But in the long run, I given the she's feminist, Chad is religious now. It's yeah, sexist, religious, I guess, in some way. So they're not gonna be compatible. Is in a way, but they're both made for each other in the sense that I feel like they're both toxic. Anyway, reading this whole thing's giving me a headache now. I'm gonna leave now. If you have any comments, concerns, anything to add to this, you're welcome to leave that below. Have a good one, people.